Hi, this is Becky McCully, your Charlotte Realtor, and today we are sitting down with Blaine Newsome from Movement Mortgage to talk about all things mortgage related.
Yes, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Yes, no, it's awesome. All right, so one of the things that I'm seeing in this market is there's a lot of hesitation from sellers to accept an offer from a buyer who has either a VA or an FHA loan. And the reason that they say that is, hey, I don't want to have to make all of these repairs in order to get this buyer to the closing table. So would just love to know kind of what your thoughts are on, high level, like what is the benefit to a buyer for doing, an FHA loan, for example, and what are some things that, a seller can do to make themselves more comfortable to accept an FHA loan buyer?
That's a great question. And I think there's a lot of misconception out there when it comes to any of your government loans, which is FHA, VA, and USDA. Now, here lately, the last 2 years, obviously cash is king and conventional has been the second runner-up. I really try to push any type of government loan if that's where the client is going to fill their bucket as far as be able to get that approval, especially our veterans. The VA loan's 100% financing. Let's give them something back, a little bit more. The biggest misconception with any kind of repairs when it comes to any type of government loan, VA, FHA, USDA, is more or less I hear that agents are like, well, I'm not sure if we're going to take this because the appraisal is different than a conventional. I'm like, no, it's the same appraiser that's going out there, and they're going to give the value the exact same, whether it's FHA, VA, conventional, whatever the case may be. However, the government created these loans, FHA, VA, USDA, I'm repeating myself just so everybody knows. They created these loans for a candidate that might not be able to fill the bucket of a conventional loan, which was a higher down payment and typically a higher squeaky clean credit score. So that said, they don't want a buyer moving into a property where they would have to make repairs. So basically, look at it from a bank's perspective. We don't want you to move in this home, make a bunch of repairs, and then you can't pay your mortgage. So for the most part, unless it's something that's very visible, such as you walk in and the ceiling is dripping, and or you could tell the HVAC or the heat doesn't work, I mean, that's your no-brainer. Hey, it's uninhabitable at this point anyway. Homes that are built, let's say in the last 20 years, all those should all pass any type of government loan, especially FHA. And I think that's it. Just try to tell people, like, it's not a big deal if this is where it's coming from. And if anything, we try to go not only from that pre-approval standpoint to like fully blown approved. Hey, I've already talked to underwriting. We've already been this route. Some cases it may be the lower down payment suits the client's needs, or maybe they have a little bit weaker credit score where that FHA will actually turn out to be a better payment than going that conventional. For the most part, I wouldn't be concerned on major repairs. You as a real estate agent can walk in there and know whether or not we're going to have an issue with any type of loan almost.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does. So it's really more sort of the major things that are going to need to be repaired anyways, say like within the next few years or immediately, that are really the things that are going to be flagged. Does that make sense?
Yes. I'd tell most people, like your fixer-uppers. Different sides of Charlotte have really populated. First side, it was the east side. Now it's been trending the west side, where it was those older ranch homes that were maybe built anywhere from the 50s to maybe 70s.
Yeah.
Some of those, they didn't have the same type of building conditions that we have or rules and regulations that we have now. So for example, like FHA, we want the windows to open close. Yeah. The house was built prior to 78 and there's chipped and peeled paint on the ceiling, or even the storage building out back. That's something where we want that fixed prior, because that's part of FHA rules. We want that repaired prior.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think that makes a lot more sense, and I think gives sellers a little bit more comfort as to what exactly is it that they are potentially going to have to repair. Because, as you know, in North Carolina, we are an as-is state, so technically the seller does not have to make any repairs. However, if they want to get to the closing table for one of these government programs, then they want to know what are the things that I could potentially have to do. So I think that makes a lot of sense.
Perfect.
All right. Thanks so much.
Yes.